Much better, thank you very much. And welcome to Fort Mackinac on this lovely day. My name is Brett, and I'm joined up here by Niall, back here, who will be doing the cleaning, loading, and firing of this cannon for you. Now what we have up here is an 1841 model 6-pound smoothbore field cannon. I know that's a lot to say that this is a gun, but it's all pretty simple to explain. Any idea why we call it a 6-pounder?
Because the ball is 6 pounds.
The ball weighs 6 pounds, that's exactly right. Now unfortunately, they didn't give us a cannonball that would fit on the muzzle of the gun. How do you think I know that?
Because you tried.
I've tried, and I keep trying, but they know better than to trust us here at Fort Mackinac. So instead of actually firing this cannonball for you, I'm going to pass it around so you guys can see about how heavy it is. It is quite heavy, so please don't drop it on your toes. You guys ready over there? There you go, start with you. Now this cannon here could shoot that 6-pound cannonball up to 1 mile away. Now for your reference, that's just past the shores of Round Island out there, but it's a smoothbore cannon, so it's not very accurate, and the best I could tell you is that I could possibly maybe hit a tree. As you can see, that's not particularly specific. Its more accurate distance would have been about half of a mile, or at the end of those stone break walls out there, we could have hit a stationary 100-foot target about 1 out of every 3 times. So that was considered accurate back in the 1880s. Now, as I mentioned, this is an 1840s cannon. We are 1880s soldiers. You might wonder why our cannon's so old. That's because this was Fort Mackinac, Mackinac Island National Park, starting in 1875. I don't know about you folks, but I've never heard about a national park attacking anyone, and no one generally attacks us. So we had this cannon basically for salute purposes, very much like today. We'd fire it to raise the flags in the morning, to lower them at night. We'd fire them on the 4th of July. We'd have a 38-gun salute. So you can imagine staying in a hotel downtown and waking up to 38 cannon firings. Be quite the morning, quite the headache as well. But with that, we are going to get into the cleaning process. I'm going to thumb stall here today while Niall starts with the tools that we've got up here. And the first tool we have is called a gunner's worm or auger. It's essentially a double corkscrew device. We ram down the inside of the barrel, give it a couple of twists, and then pull out any solid debris that might be left from the previous firing. The next tool we have is the most important, and it would have been that way historically as well. It's called the wet swab. Essentially a large, dirty, wet Q-tip. We dunk it in a bucket of water, then run it down the barrel here and extinguish any sparks that might be left. We don't want to load in a live charge on the lingering sparks. You can imagine that would not be very safe. We wouldn't like that all too much. Oops, I'll grab that from me. He likes to roll away. It's very adventurous. Alright, and with that, we have actually cleaned out the cannon to the full extent. So we're ready to load it. Now our charge for your folks' salute today is 3 ounces of black gunpowder. I've been very historically accurate Reynolds aluminum foil. Mosquitoes are getting quite large nowadays, I suppose. Now back in the 1880s, a salute charge would have been 10 ounces of gunpowder, but as you can imagine, that's quite expensive and it would scare the horses a little bit, so 3 ounces for you guys today. Still creates quite the boom, I promise. Now we're going to seat that down with a French-style crooked safety ramrod, historically inaccurate here at Fort Mackinac, because they would have had a straight ramrod, but that would put Niall right in front of the barrel of the cannon, pounding down on live gunpowder. Frankly, I like Niall and don't want to send him out to the harbor today, so we have that for his safety. Now, we are going to roll this cannon forward at this time. And now Niall's going to step to the rear of the cannon where he's actually going to pierce open that foil charge with a vent pick or a gimlet. He's exposing the powder inside to a spark created by our tiny ignition device called a friction primer. So a friction primer is a small brass tube filled with black gunpowder and topped with a friction-sensitive material called a fulminate of mercury. It's like what you would find on the top of a strike anywhere match. It sparks very easily. So we'll take a lanyard, we'll hook it into this pin here, give it a nice pull, creates the spark, shoots it down, ignites the charge. These were great devices invented for firing in all weather conditions. We love them here in Michigan because we can fire whether it's snowing, raining, sleeting, basically anything you can imagine. But they are a little bit unsafe, so we have put it in a caging device on top there just to protect you guys from getting friction primed in the eye. We thought you might appreciate that. But with that, this is a good time to find nature's earplugs located at the ends of your index fingers. Just insert like so. Because there are just 2 commands to fire this cannon. They are ready, fire! folks, cannon salute to welcome you here to Fort Mackinac today. If you are interested, there will be a